Ready?
Okay. I guess the first question was just about you when you said that I needed to contemplate on Patawi for 3 months. I was wondering how long do I have to do it in a day? Do I have to be trying to do it all the time? Obviously, as much as you can is always good, I guess.
No, it's not like that. It's like if you want to do something, it will never happen. It should be a natural thing. So initially, like you got that very clearly that uh, you have shown the grass growing in the mud or in the cracks of the ground, and then there is this grass growing. So you should see that on the skin the same thing is happening. If you ask me a question, should I do it for the whole day or whole week, whole month, and whole year? That would look artificial, right? So wherever you see, wherever, that means your room, to your children, to your husband, to the hospital where you're going, patients you're seeing, etc. Can you see like that?
Okay. Yes.
It's not about you have to sit and keep on seeing like this.
Go
That
around more than go.
that would be too much. That would be like, you're doing something just for the sake of it.
Yeah. Okay.
And after a while you'll get bored of doing that. It shouldn't be something like that. Like, I go for a bath. Example I'll give you myself. Some days I don't remember that I am taking this body for a bath. Okay. So I would not notice. But if I'm really in sati, what should happen? So when I start removing each one of the clothes, and then I need to see each part of the body. If I see each part of the body, I can see the hairs growing here, and everywhere the hairs are there. So before I start taking a shower, meaning I can take the head shower or the hand one and shower, I need to see what's really is happening. Am I taking bath or this body is being bathed? And then it's not I am taking any bath. I don't have to take bath. It's the body. So when I say the body, it is on the water is falling on the skin. And this grass is growing on the skin. So if I put too hot water and the skin is going to get dried up, you've really observed, it removes moisture. If I put too much of cold water, then not only I feel chilled, but also the pores get closed. This is the observation, is very important. So it becomes a vipassana in that way, right? It's not, otherwise I can keep on saying patvi everywhere, and that wouldn't really do anything, to be honest. So can I be in that contemplation, or rather observation, right word to use, observation, that I'm observing. Yeah, I'm observing. These hairs have got nothing to do with me. This skin has got nothing to do with me. The water is falling, correct. There's a conscious experience of that water falling, but I can say that as I'm taking bath, but in reality, I am not taking any bath, right? So let's say I'm taking the bath and some hairs fall and then they are going. I need to see that. That's the anicca nature of it. It's very transient. It seems to be there on the head and now it's part of the ground. It means I can't take it back, right? And now what I can do is, I feel like going to the restroom, or rather urination or feces. Can I check that? Can I now move my conscious experience from taking the bath to the western commode? I'm standing in front and then I'm peeing. So my attention, observation is on that. Yes.
So then, obviously, now you're thinking about Apo. So for me, should I just
No,
stick
no,
to
no, no, no.
No?
From the
No?
Patavi, the Apo is coming, right? It's not that, it's just Apo which
Yeah.
is coming,
Okay. All right. Okay. Yes. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I need to contemplate like that. The whole idea is Patavi, and I can see there's no absolute Patavi. It is a combination of Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu, because when I am urinating, there is a force which is coming. It means there is Vayu. It's breeze, like a breeze, or like a storm, let's I could say. So the urine storms out of the urethra. It's coming out. So can I see that? Yes, this is Vayu. Then there is temperature. So it is Tejo. And from the skin, there's a hole in the skin. And then from there, this water is coming. It's like a hose pipe or a water pipe. Right? So I'm checking all of this. So what do I find? Is there's no person out there. That's the whole idea, right? Why are we doing it? Is to get rid of this personality view that I am this body. So there is something, this is my body and this is I am. That's what I'm trying to get rid of. So practically I need to do it rather than calling it as Patavi, Patavi, Apo, Apo, Tejo, like that. So if I say watch it for 3 months, can you watch it completely in whichever thing you do on the Patavi? Got the point? So when this cloth is made out of Patavi, the skin is made out of Patavi, the nails are made out of Patavi, the teeth is made out of Patavi, this mustache on this one is made Patavi. Okay, the hairs are Patavi, everything is Patavi. So can I now watch my wife as Patavi? Having understood that this is Patavi, can I watch her as Patavi? Can I see my son as Patavi? Can I see everyone as Patavi? That's the practice, right? So ultimate aim is that when I'm doing this with me, I'm doing with, that means me means myself, then I'm doing with others. So the internal and external. So now I'm doing for both. I'm consciously having a Patavi experience and consciously going to have a Patavi experience outside. So then inside outside will break because I am just conceptualizing that this body is inside and that body is outside. So the kama chanda, the interest towards sensuality, goes away the moment I break the internal and external. Right? I see you and I'm not seeing you in any other except for this much. But it doesn't matter. If I see the whole thing or part thing or whatever, can I be able to see you as Patavi to begin with? Just the Patavi. If yes, worked. Why? Because I am internally seeing it as Patavi and externally also I'm seeing it as Patavi. It's just Patavi. There's nobody out there. And that's the whole objective. And that's the first step. So why 3 months? Because it takes so much time to remember, because the sati has to improve, right? I can do it in few minutes and I'll say, I've done it. No, the sati has to be there, or the memory, call it as memory, remembrance, awareness, observation ability, call by whatever English terms we could call. But ultimate aim is what? Am I aware that this person is only Patvi all the time? Not that when I'm talking Dhamma, I remember after that back as usual. And then the question comes, oh, now I know I did Patavi, why not Apo? Why not Tejo? No. Until unless I start to see everything around me and others as Patavi, from real, it has established really, then it is fine.
Yes, because like the other day, it came to me, I'm like, yes, and then but the next day, if you don't do it again and again, it just kind of goes away.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
now when you see your kids or girl or a boy, you can just say, yeah, they're girl and boy, that's okay. But can you see it as Patvi? When your husband talks to you, can you see it as Patvi? And when you look at your patients, can you see them as Patvi? Okay. Then you see a different dimension of yourself. You'll start to see there's nothing out there. So the heating up in the chitta goes down and you feel a lot of coolness because there's nothing to lose, neither anything to gain. What will you gain out of a Patavi or an earth element? What do you get? Nothing, right? So, and we know it to a certain extent, not in a real extent. Let's say I take a sunscreen and I apply, or a cold cream and I apply. Why am I applying? Because it has become dried up. See, that's the only reason I'm doing that. What happens if I don't do it? It is just cracks. And is it good to show cracks? Nothing like that. No good or bad. It is just the moisture is not there. So you have to either drink a lot of water to get moisturized, or you have to put oil, or you have to put some greasy thing to make it better. Now, what is this better? Better is that it has lost its luster, it has its elasticity, it has lost something, right? So you're just refueling it. So there's no person out there. Even though it is called as a sunscreen or a cold cream, it's just a name. But what exactly are you pasting is a liquid gel. But is it only liquid there? Can't you see any solid there? Yes, I can see solid. So the solid portion is lesser, the liquid portion is more. If solid was too solid, it would have been like a stone, right? So when I see in my body also, if I'm a female, I'm touching each part of the body, I can see some places which is very liquid kind, even though the skin is there, this liquid kind. So when I watch my breast, and then I can see it's a liquid kind, it's not real solid as such. So now I can see it's not my breast, it's not my this, it's not my that, because it's liquid in the skin is solid, agreed, but there is no flesh as flesh. There's absolutely no flesh there, meaning it doesn't mean that there's no flesh, but the liquid quantity is more than the solid. If solid was more than the liquid, it would have turned in like a stone. It would have become like a stone, right? Like a bones. Bones are hard. Why? Because it doesn't have water much. It has only solid. So when I see the tongue, it is soft. Why? More liquid than the solid. So now I can analyze like this. So that analysis is vipassana. That means you investigate what exactly. That's the reason it's called insight meditation. You get an insight. This is what it is. So for that, I need to take a long duration of watching the entire body from head to toe. Otherwise, it is just 10 minutes job, or even not 10 minutes is too much. It's just 5 minutes job. Like, this is Patavi. Over. What next? In fact, 3 months is too less, to be honest. It is because you need to have such a sati that you're able to see it at all the time with all the people, including your own body. That means you have got so dispassionate with your body that you now don't see any difference between the mud and the clay and your body, and that's it. So there's nothing like you're feeling sensual about it or whatever it is. So let's say some female comes and meets me, and I don't see it like a flesh, bones, and like that, and I see it like a female. The Kamachanda just picks up. Interest. Chanda is interest. Kama is sensual. So I want to enjoy her. And what is there to enjoy her? It's only Patavi. I can be giving sermons. That's fine. But have I really seeing it that way? If yes, then she can strip, she can do whatever she wants. All that I'm seeing like a mud. I'm just watching it like this. No expression, nothing. No wow, no saying, yeah, you look pretty, you look this, you look that. Nothing. In fact, I would feel very compassionate to her because she doesn't know what she's doing. Right. Am I interested in seeing it? If yes, then it's Kamachanda. Am I disinterested in seeing it? Yes, it's Viraga. That's all. Right. So that disinterestedness can only come if I practice Patavi for a long period of time. Otherwise, technically, I can get it. This absolutely not at all an issue. This is now this wife came and she went. Could I see it like a wife or could I see it like a Patavi walking? Yes, conventionally, the wife walked. Convention. Accepted. But am I really seeing a wife there? And if yes, and I feel yes, she's my wife. No. Why? Because that movement made me realize that I'm with my wife. Right? I can be saying Kesa, Loma, Naka, Danta, all that in Pali or in English or whatever, or Patavi, 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 Apo, Apo, Apo. That's I'm fooling myself, to be honest. So we need to break that. So for breaking it consistently, you have to increase the sati, that is the awareness. And for awareness, you need to have that observation. Observe, observe, observe. Don't react. Observe what is happening. What is happening? What is happening? Question yourself. Am I seeing it? Am I seeing it? And then you get that aha moment. But don't stop there. Aha moment will come. But it again goes away because that is where a sotapanna has to struggle a lot. Then when you come to the anagami stage, it is permanent. Why is this again Kamachanda? You're going to see, and I start to see. So, she looks pretty. Pretty? She's pretty? Yes, she's pretty. Oh, good. That means Raga has arrived. So I have a desire to enjoy what? Patavi Dhatu. To be honest. But I am not seeing Patavi Dhatu. I'm seeing a girl. I'm seeing a woman. I'm seeing some beautiful thing. And that thing is the problem. Because that thing will become non-existent later. And that's a cause of distress or suffering or whatever it is. So you and I or anyone needs to do for at least 3 months, at least minimum. 3 into 4, 12. In 1 year time, you would have discerned all the dhatus. Otherwise, they're very elusive. See, the Mara, why Buddha calls Mara is because the mind is the Mara. It will delude itself instantaneously. It sees something, hears something, tastes something, touch something, smells something, and thinks it has something called manyana, to consider. So I can consider this person sitting here and talking as myself, and nothing can stop it from doing so. And I can fall in love with myself. That's called as narcissistic, because I have fallen in love with myself, right? It means this body and this whatever it is, and I'm focused on that, and I can't stand any white hair coming on my mustache. It's ugly. Why? I can't stand it. So now what I should do? I should paint something. I should put a wig on my head and all that. Why? Because I have to cover up. That's obsession. Yes, that's fine. It's fair. I can be obsessed. So I am obsessed. When I come to Dhamma, I'm seeing that this is a Patavi Dhatu. I got nothing to do with it. It's just like a tree or a creeper or something, where the dark green, lush green is there, then slowly turns yellow, and slowly it becomes brown and it falls down. Same thing here. It was not at all there. Then it started growing. It became thick and dark, black. Yes.
What about the, let's say, the anagami? If you have no desire or ill will, can you still about like the nama rupa? Like, can you still see?
Yes, I can see. Like, I can't call you as a 32 part of the body and say that kesa, loma, nakha, danta, like that. No, I
Yes.
call you a me. But does me get established in my mind is the question. It doesn't, or it should not. The test of the matter, the test is that, are you getting established? And if I internally say yes, it's a long way to go, because the raga has already happened. And if the raga has happened, the dvesha is there. That means the hatredness is there. Yes, go ahead.
Now that you're talking a little bit about dukkha, I think I mentioned a little bit about the different types of dukkha, the three types of dukkha.
I'm going to cover in this only.
Okay.
In this, whatever we are talking, it gets covered, because it's ultimately that's what we are trying to do. So there are three kind of dukkha. Dukkha, the two dukkha. What it really means? Dukkha is just like you buy a car, you have to maintain the car. That is dukkha. Now you can't go away without buying it, but when you buy it, you need to maintain it. In the same way, when you have acquired this body, you need to maintain it. So it's seemingly yours, but yet it's not really yours. It's seemingly. That means it keeps on growing, and then you have to keep on saying that, I've grown tall, I've grown this, I've grown beard, I've grown that one, this one. So you're associating, the consciousness is associating with something which it doesn't belong to it, which is dukkha. Okay. Then when you have this body and keep on maintaining it, the act of maintenance is the sankhara. Meaning going to the bath, coming out from bath, putting the dress, removing the dress, buying dress, eating food, urinating, pieces. Again, the same cycle every day, brushing teeth. And to maintain this, that act of maintenance is a sankhara. It is preparation. You are preparing the body, because this is given to you. Whether you wanted it or you did not wanted it, it is there. So that being there is the dukkha, and maintaining that is a sankhara, which is a dukkha again. Because you want to maintain in one way, it becomes another way, which is viparinama. Right? I didn't wanted to lose my hairs. See this fun. Did I ever think I'm going to lose my hairs? Did I ever imagine it to be? When I was in my 20s, I had thick hairs, and then I was looking far better, let's say. Did I ever think that one day all the hairs would be gone in such a way that nothing can grow on this? Never felt. And did I ever feel that one day this is going to become white or gray color or whatever? No, never. Did I ever feel that my skin is going to look different than my 20-year-old, or it's a 30-year-old look? I never. Did I ever feel that my wife will grow old? No. Did I ever feel my son will grow old? No. Did I ever feel that I'm going to lose my wife? Did I ever feel that I'm going to lose my parents, my house and belongings and this and that and cash and whatever it is? Meaning, I know I'm going to lose one day. That one day is not today. Right? We all know. But it's not today. And it's not tomorrow either. And it's not day after tomorrow either. It's not after 1 year from today. And it's not 10 years from today. It's not 20 years from today. So we keep on thinking, we believe, or you can say consider, that I will do something in such a way that this death is not going to happen to me or to my loved ones. And that sankhara, dukkha, turns into a viparinama all of a sudden. That it changes. It's just, I expected one way, it became the other way.
So viparinama is when it actually is getting worse. Like things.
Parinama is the consequence, or the what we can say, the result. Parinama in Pali and Sanskrit means result. Viparinama is unexpected result. You didn't expect, like, I'm talking to you and suddenly I'm feeling chest pain, let's say. I feel it's only gas, and then afterwards it becomes too much to bear, and I go to the hospital and they say that you suffered a mild heart attack. I say, no, how can that happen? It's happened. No, I'm taking care of my body, but irrespective. And can anybody guarantee that I will have a heart attack? Can anybody guarantee I will never have a heart attack? Right? So that is viparinama. I can give you a live example on that. So I think I've told you, but still, if this is for the example, it'll be good. So last year, December, we went for a test, me and my wife. Okay. Generally, when I go to a hospital, I have this hospital phobia. So my BP automatically goes up. I don't have to be doing anything. It just goes up, even with all this meditation, etc. I tried my best to meditate in the hospital. It couldn't happen. So when they wanted to take ECG test, that lady was asking me, your heartbeat is slightly more. I don't know why. And she did the test and there was some variation in the ECG. Then I got the echo done, and then the echo came out very well, no problems. And then when I went to the, in the echo, that lady, another lady, she said, she put there, you have this tachycardia. Everything is okay, but you have a tachycardia. That means I have a more heartbeat. When I went to treadmill test, I have a torn ligament. So I asked that fellow that, look, on my knee, I have a torn ligament. And is it going to cause problem? He said, I can't promise you, but then you decide whether you want to have or not have. But that lady who had done the ECG, she came running and saying that no, he has to undergo a TMT test because he has variation. So then I did the TMT test, and then the worst thing happened. So then that variation was even more evident in STT. So the wave, or ST and T, that is where the resting heart should be, it's not there. And I and my son keep on talking about medicine, and we go into anatomy. So I know what it means, STT. It means the resting heart is not having enough oxygen. So that means oxygen is not coming into the arteries. So one of them would have got blocked, and that's the reason, or can be due to stress or anxiety or tension or whatever it is. So whatever it is, then that was a report. Now this is viparinama. Because I never expected this, because I'm supposed to be the real fit person. Everybody knows it. I meditate, I do all of this, I teach. right? And then they know I'm very peaceful person. As an anagami, you or whatever it is, you shouldn't have any one of this. Now you have it, right? And then I took this report, and they were very reluctant to give me the report because they felt that, and they have put in that TMT test that positive for ischema. That means I can have a heart attack or something possibility positive. So now what to do? That was it. That is where we stopped. And few days from there, Ariu was supposed to come, and a lot of people are supposed to come here, and we are supposed to go to the meditation retreat. Now, how do we do it? Now, should I cancel this and ask Ariu not to come here? And he's already booked his flight ticket, right? And so are others who wanted to come here. So now this Viparinama Dukkha, what do we do? So I went to my friend's wife. She's a doctor. She's a general physician. And then I showed her the report, and she said, Vilas, how come you have this? I can understand about anybody else. It's unbelievable that you have this STT changes and your ECG showing something erratic behavior. You need to get angio, because we need to rule out whether there's a block. And even if it is a block, it will be a minor block before it becomes a big thing, and you might have a heart attack or something. And since you're above 50, it is better you do it. Then I asked her that, can I postpone it by a week? Because now these people are coming, I can't really go and do all of that. And if they go for angiogram and they want to put a stunt or whatever it is, then it's a different process. So, and then I had to take rest and all that would happen. She said, yeah, but risky thing. Let me ask my friend who is a cardiologist. And she gave a call. And he said, yeah, till he comes, he finishes whatever. It's not major thing. So she had sent my report, and he said, it's okay, fine. It's not too, it's a borderline STD changes. It's not major one. So they gave me a statin to reduce the cholesterol, and they gave me a thinner to ensure that in this retreat, nothing happens. And my wife was saying, you can't go for a brisk walk and this, because the doctor, he was saying, no, nothing like that. You need to take rest, be cool, no stair climbing, and blah, blah, blah. So on 7th of January, okay, I went to the doctor. Oh, sorry, 5th of January, I went to the doctor, but I took Ariu also along with me, and then we went to the doctor, and that to the cardiologist, and then he checked, and then my BP went up to a crazy level. It became 160 by 100. Instead of 120/80, which is my general BP, even lesser than that, but this time it is 160/80. Sorry, 160 by 100. Then the doctor asked my son, that your father is like this, or is any, because I told him he's my doctor. He's a doctor. My son is a doctor. So, and then he said, no, I check it regularly. His is 120/80, but here it is like that. And then he said, look, sir, things are not looking bad, but I can't take a risk. So you have to go for CT angio. And if there is a problem in CT angio, then angiogram. But I'm sure, 99% I'm sure you will not have anything. But let's do it. So 8th of January, before that, 5th of January, when I had this, I was reflecting upon it. Why am I getting this? What is that I can do now? Because this is going to create another issue. Right now I go to CT angio, then angiogram, and then all of that. So what is that I can do to contain this? So then on Saturday, Sunday was 7th, 6th of Jan, I got an insight what I should meditate in order to calm down. And it worked because I disconnected this body mind connection. And the doctor had given me one medicine which will reduce the heartbeats. And then this method helped me also, which I had. So I told the group there, I found it, how to do it. So my BPM every day was showing 46, 47. That's my actual BPM. Okay, and my BP is 118 by 76 or 120 by 80 max. So this Viparinama Dukkha, unexpected thing, can happen positively, can happen negatively, but that's all what the Viparinama is. So I went for CT angio on 8th of Jan. And no stress, nothing. I was prepared for it. And then whatever the fluid they put inside and all that, it was burning, but still I felt nothing. I disconnected totally. And I was watching the ECG and the BPM, which was showing in that CT machine. So I was happy that it is showing 47, 46, 45, 44. It had even gone to 41 beats per minute. So they could take a nice picture of the heart. And then when the report came, it's unexpected. No trace of calcium anywhere and no blocks anywhere. One, I had heard some years ago, 2016, that my heart is like a 20-year-old. It's a very nice heart. And my son keeps on telling me that your heart, to listen to your heartbeat is really music. And I'm not exaggerating. That's what he feels for that rhythm, what comes. So then this was good, but I was watching. Will I get excited now? Meaning I feel happy because now this is gone and this is there. I never felt anything. So I felt that I found an answer for myself, how to disconnect this Nama Rupa. So why I told you this is the Viparinama Dukkha is Nama Rupa related. It's not related to your physical. The first two, Dukkha Dukkha and Sankhara Dukkha, is what you think you have and how you have to protect it. The third one is more of Nama Rupa. So when you work out a lot on Nama Rupa, it disconnects. So then you don't have a Viparinama. That's the reason Buddha uses that Viparinama. It says Anicca Dukkha Viparinama. In many suttas, he uses that. Instead of Anatta, he puts it at Viparinama. Because that Dukkha, what you're getting is due to conceptualization rather than anything else. Meaning, I have conceptualized that I will not fall sick or my heart is good and etc. Which I try owning it through Nama and Rupa. So when I break it, there's nothing mine there. So this absolutely just give up. And then your Viparinama. So this is the three Dukkha. One is the Dukkha Dukkha, that means this. Sankhara Dukkha is the maintenance, the act of maintenance. That is, you have to keep on preparing to maintain it. A Viparinama is as it changes, it unexpectedly changes. Yes.
You said before, it's a Viparinama. So can you not? Is it only negative if you say Viparinama Dukkha?
No. That's what I said, right? Viparinama can be positive or negative. You expect something and then it comes something else, right? So now it can even happen in jhana. You expect that you can do the 8th jhana and then Viparinama Dukkha happens because the sankhara, the preparation are not proper. So you will have a Viparinama of that. Even though you're ready to do it, it's gone. There's nothing you can do. But when you are not doing anything, you might get into 8 jhana or 9 jhana or whatever that is, right? So now that is again Viparinama. So this Namarupa with Vijnana association is what creates this magical illusion. So when you take that, you get unexpected result. Okay. So the meaning of parinama is result. Viparinama is unexpected result. Meaning you didn't anticipate, you did everything right, but it didn't work. Let's say you did every piece of thing right. Yes, go ahead.
So when you said you broke it, is it when, and you said because it's associated with Namarupa, did you then have to say, this is basically not me, this
No, there is a
name and form?
process. I while I was teaching them, it stuck to me that what I should be doing. It's for me at that point, because I was contemplating on that, or I was observing that why this is happening, why the blood pressure is increasing when it is truly not. So what am I fearing for? What is that which is happening? Right. So I was doing a lot of vipassana on myself, or insight or investigation on myself, and then trying to see where is a failure. Because on first, second, third, fourth was perfect. It was going well. So when I went to the doctor on fifth, to this cardiologist, it's like anxiety to the core. And he was saying that, hey, your father is very anxious person. And Ari was looking at me and saying that, Vilas, you are our teacher, and how can you be anxious? Right? And it is unfair, because these people have come from places, and the teacher himself is like that. It's fine, but still something has to be done. You have to contemplate, you have to observe. So on Saturday, I got an answer, because Sunday these guys are going back. Monday, I'm supposed to go and get this checked. So then I was contemplating, looking at what should I do, what breath, this, that. So many things I did. All are Viparinamas only. So then I let it go. Whatever happens, happens. That was the only choice left, to be honest. And when I let it go, it stuck. Do this. So I was so joyous. I told everyone, you know what? I found it. Now I found it for myself. What should I do when I go to the hospital? It worked. And even though I never anticipated that they're going to puncture here, put a pipe inside, and then I was thinking they're going to inject something, and then that will go inside the heart and all that, meaning they'll put a dye. But I didn't know that they're going to put a dye through here, through the vein. So they cut open this, and then they start putting the fluid. And then that person came and said to me that, sir, one thing you need to know, you will feel real burning sensation. So we are sorry if you feel burning sensation, but you have to ensure that you are still, because if you shake, that you can't take photograph. So then it was quite short actually, because there were no blocks. If this block was there, it would have stayed there for some time, and he would have asked me to do something, but there were no blocks. So then again he came back, it's done. I said, what? Done? And after I came out, my wife was saying, these people were very much pleased, because normally it takes 1 hour to prepare, and then there was no preparation required. Your heart was so still that nothing was required, and there were no blocks, and she came and told me that you are fine. That's it. So I didn't have to go for a angiogram. But then what I'm trying to say is, this is again a viparinama, right? So that there's a parinama given. The result was announced by my friend's wife that you have a block. So when I hear I have a block, what is the state of the mind? Right? So that also has to be seen. Because now I own the body. It's my body, and hence shouldn't have a block. And that fear will strike. It just strikes because that's viparinama again. Because you have a dukkha of holding on to the body. It's my body. Sankhara dukkha, you're doing everything to make sure that the body is in good condition. And viparinama dukkha is when somebody says that your body is not in good condition, sir, please understand. Right? So in this we can see how we shuffle between these three dukkha. All the three are dukkha. And sankhara dukkha is the absolute sense we do it 24/7. Keep on doing sankhara. Prepare to be this, prepare to be that. Like, you're now prepared to be a wife, you're prepared to be a daughter, you're prepared to be a mother, you're prepared to be a colleague in your hospital, or your doctor, you're prepared to be a doctor, you're prepared as a neighbor, you're preparing all the time. All the time. Not even giving 5-minute break of preparation, because that's a sankhara dukkha. You literally have to prepare for everything. You have to prepare for walking, you have to prepare for talking, you have to prepare for sleeping, you have to prepare for standing, you have to prepare for rolling here and there, you have to prepare for washing, you have to prepare for clothing, you have to prepare for declothing or removing clothes. You have to prepare for your children, you have to prepare for your husband, you prepare for every damn thing. Every moment of preparing. Yes, right.
With an arahant, is there any sankhara? I mean, they have to walk, right?
No, they will just do as doing. They don't have anything as I am doing or this is doing. So there's nothing doer. There's no doer. So the difference between me and an arhat, or you, me and arahat, is that a sense of doership is not there. The sense of ownership is also not there. They don't own the body, neither they do anything about the body. That doesn't mean that they don't eat or sleep or go to the hospital, etc., etc. That is separate. But there is no owning thing inside them. There's nothing being owned. And that's a relief. There's no mental holding on to. If I could put it in a even more better way, there's no mental holding.
They're just doing the basic functions of the body, whatever the body requires. That's it.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that if they see you and me and they don't recognize us as Vilas, or they don't recognize it as me. That's foolishness. Or when they go to the hospital, they don't recognize it's a hospital. But there is no association in the mind about the hospital. There's no association in their mind between them and me as Vilas or it's you. So they don't have anything raga of that, or dvesha of that, or the moha of that. And hence they are liberated. They are liberated out of raga, dvesha, moha. When you say nibbana, it is no raga, dvesha, moha. Yes.
I have one question. I was just quickly reading, with the Maga Nana, the knowledge of the path. And it's like Phala Nana and Maga Nana. I was just thinking, just with the obviously the fruits. One is the knowledge of the fruits, and the Maga Nana is the knowledge of the path. With the knowledge of the path, is it just like the Noble Eightfold Path? Like, they say separately for the Sotapanna,
No. The knowledge of the path is a path. It's a Noble Eightfold Path.
That's just it. Okay.
And it is divided into 3 parts: Sila, Samadhi, Panya. Right? And then you would know that you're in Sila, you're in Samadhi, you're in Panya. Okay, so that's the knowledge. Panya is the wisdom, Jnana is the knowledge. You know that you're in Sila, you know that you're in Samadhi, you know you're in Panya, you know that you're in having a wisdom. So if I were to say, the moment I am disconnecting that this is Vilas, and then I get the Panya, wisdom, I know that knowledge has arose in me, Jnana. Right? So the fruit, that is Phala Jnana. Phala means fruit. Yes, am I not got the fruit of that effort? Yes, I have got it. What did I get? I'm seeing it as Patvi. It's great. I'm seeing it as Apo. Wow, great. Seeing it as Tejo, Vayu, Akasha, and Vijnana. 6 dhatu. And that's it. There's nothing else to be done. Now I divided this machine into 6 parts. And that's it. So can I now do it with May? Not really. I think it takes time and effort and all that. Yeah, it takes effort and time and all that. So can't I do it? Yes. And when you do it, you get again phala, because you are having the magga. Magga means path. You already have the path. So you're again going to do the sila. You're going to keep the samadhi, and you're having the panya. So now when I see May, the first thing it arises in me is that, what is May? What is May? What it is made out of? Oh, it's made out of the same elements, same body composition. Just for convention, it's May. Okay, appreciate it. So the Sila has taken care of the Samadhi, and Sila Samadhi has taken care of the Panya. So now what I get? I get the knowledge that there is no May out there. It's just a body, a lying. It can be a dead or a living. Living in the sense that it is consciousness being there. The dead as not being conscious. So that's the only difference. So that is the phala jnana. Means I got the fruit of that knowledge. So magga phala is that I'm on the eightfold path. If I'm on the eightfold path, I can get this. If the magga is wrong, it means that the path itself is wrong. It means I see me and I feel interested. If she was unmarried, I think I could have proposed her. And that's stupidity. But it is good. Why? Because I'm on the wrong path. I'm on the samsara. Whether it is called as adultery now, yes, it is. Why? Because you are married, I am married. Conventionally, yes. Even otherwise, this interest is going to create obstruction. So what to do? See May not as May. Practice. For that, sila is required. And when I have sila, samadhi is going to be there. If samadhi is there, panya is going to be there. So as long as I'm in the sila, samadhi, panya is samma ditti, samma sankappo. Samma ditti, samma sankappo. Samma vacha, samma kammanto, samma ajivo is part of the sila. Samma vayamo, samma sati, samma samadhi is part of samadhi. And that will give me samma jnana, samma vimukti. Isn't it true? So if I see May, if I see myself, there's a hole here, there's a hole there, there's a hole here, there's a hole there, there's a hole here, there's a hole there, there's a hole here, there's a hole there. Just in the face, forget about the other parts of the body. I see, there's no May sitting there. That's it.
Thank you for clarifying that, because when I was reading, they said the Sotapana and the Sakadaka. I mean, they keep saying it each has. I was reading that I thought each one had a different margana, and
No.
I was like, they all have their own path and they all have their own fruit. I was like, okay. And then I thought with the fruit, they should be like a light. So, you are now this, but it's not. It's just like you said, every fruit, because of your panya.
Yes. Yeah. So now what is light? What is light? Aloka is light. What is it? So now light appeared means not that real light will come and now is a light. No. Just like light removes darkness, as soon as you bring light, the darkness is gone. In the same way, the delusion is gone the moment knowledge appears. You might ask a question, what knowledge did it appear to you, Vilas? I was watching you, your animation. And I saw what? Teeth and teeth. Lips and lips. Hole and hole. This hole and this hole there. this hole and that hole there, that hair on this head, or if you shave it off like this, if I shave off the mustache, gone. So what difference do you see? Absolutely no difference. Absolutely no difference. Then I can only say the skin color might be different, and then there's nothing else which is different. At least on this side of it, do you find any different? No, absolutely not. It's a fabrication if I find a different on this side of it. Now the only difference I can find later is the genitals and nothing else. And that's my assumption that you're a female. That's my literal assumption. And that's your assumption I'm a male. That's just an assumption you're making. It's a manyana. Manyana means considering, to take it. Oh, this is male. Absolute. This is female. Absolute. What about other genders? I don't know how to explain. And now I see, oh man, there's no absolute men and absolute women. What is that I was thinking all these days? And that is the light of wisdom. And that wisdom keeps on increasing to an extent that you see anyone, you feel the same. And once you know you're feeling the same, no liking. So the raga is gone and the dvesha is gone. Now what is there to have a dvesha on you? Because your body, what should I like and what should I dislike? And same thing from your side, what will you like and what will you dislike? There's nothing to like and dislike, because the moha, delusion, is the darkness. So this light fell on the darkness. So it removed. So the phala jnana happened because of the magga jnana. And you are on the path, you are going to get the result. Whichever side you are in, your samsaric path, you will get that result. So I can say, May, you look so pretty. I'm telling you, your husband should be so happy. Happy? Seriously? You want her? I don't know. She looks pretty. I'm only looking from the physical. I have no idea of your mentality. Right? And when the mentality comes, it keeps on changing. You say one thing now, another thing later, another thing. I say one thing now, another thing later. Then you're confused. Vilas, tell me, earlier you used to speak like this, and now why are you speaking like this to me? Now there's a fight and discussions and debates and arguments and etc. But all that I married as my wife is a physical structure. And she married me as a physical structure. But what we are is mentality, not physicality. Actually. So am I not deluded? Yes. When the light falls on that, you lose interest. So jnanam udapati. So now my knowledge has come. It lighted up. Not the real light as light, a torch or whatever it is. The darkness is gone. Darkness is the ignorance, and that is gone. So the avidya is gone. And when the avidya is gone, I'm arahat. And that's it. Over. Now when I see any woman or any girl or any female, I'm calling a female because of the part. It is indriya. To be honest. It's just a sense object. That's it. So now that interest is gone. The chanda is the interest that is gone. Kama chanda, enjoying or interest on that senses are gone. So the phala has happened because it's a fruit. You have got the fruit of that action. Because you are on this path. Sila samadhi panya. You got it. So if you get it once, you're a Sotapanna, you get it twice, you're a Sakadagami, you get it thrice, you're a Anagami, you get it 4 times, you're Arahat. Over, done. Same one, no different. No, nothing like he Sotapanna had one path, he ran, and Sakadagami ran in another road. No, nothing like that. That's the reason it's called Ariya Attangika Magga. Ariya. It stops you from rotating, revolving in the samsara. Attangika, eightfold. Magga, path. So Magga Jnana is that you have understood, Sila, that's the first thing. Samma Vacha, Samma Kammanto, Samma Ajivo. Right livelihood or proper livelihood, proper what you can say, Kammanta is work and the Vacha is the speech. So proper speech, use of the thinking and pondering in a proper way. Then Kammanta is bodily action in a proper way and having a proper livelihood. That's all. Now if I do this, what happens? It takes me to Samadhi. So the virya will increase. So Samma Vayamo, Samma Sati, Samma Samadhi. Now when I'm in Samadhi, when I look at May, there's absolutely no interest in May because the Samadhi is strong. I see holes here, 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 here. So it's only hole. So whatever I'm saying is May is just a convention, but really I'm seeing only holes. And so what will you do with the hole? Nothing. It's weird. I'm interested in a hole. Wow. Leave it. So I see holes here and holes there, and that's it. Over. So that is Samadhi. And that gives me Sammadipti. It's Panya. It's a proper understanding of anicca nature in that. Nicha nature is certainly this is May. Anicca nature is that it's not really May out there. It's only Pathavi Dhatu. It's only Apo Dhatu. It's only Tejo Dhatu. It's only Vayo Dhatu. It's only Akasa Dhatu and nothing else. And Samma Sankappo will happen. Why? What will you do with Patavi? It's not yours or anybody's. So Nekkhamma Sankappo, which means you're renunciated. Holding on to that, you have renunciated. Then Avihimsa Sankappo, not to harm yourself and not to harm others, either through body, speech, and mind. Then the third one, Abhyapada Sankappo, not to get irritated or any other way. That's it. So I am at peace. Nibbana. So how did I get Nibbana? Is by Sila Samadhi Panya. And that's a Magga and Magga Phala. So if I got Nibbana right now, while I'm talking to you, that's it. Over. How do you come to know? How do I come to know? Through the voice. So how will you ever know one person is good? I had spoken about it long time ago. Through the voice and the eyes. If the eyes are good, meaning if the person's eyes are pure in what he's seeing, what is he expressing, and the voice is really catching you, not in a wrong way, but in the proper right way, then you can be 100% certain that this guy is of a good nature. If not, eyes will talk about it. So wherever he is watching, you can find out what really he is or she is. And the voice. Because only these two things make the difference between an Arya and Anarya.
And you can, like when I've watched some Dharma talks, you can listen to some of the monks, when you listen, it's just, their voice is just so, I don't know, feel like I'm almost in a trance. You can just listen to their voice, and it's almost captured you, and it's so peaceful. And yeah,
And with some, you will not get that.
yeah, right.
And the eyes, expression of the eyes, and that is a clear indication that are they on Dhamma or they are not on Dhamma. It doesn't matter whether Sotapanna, Sakadagami, all that. Yeah, they leave it aside. But at least, are they on Dhamma? Do they really know Dhamma? They might have read, that is separate. But the eyes and voice, they can't do anything about it.
Can't fake it.
Can't fake it, right? Anything can be faked, right? You can read, you can explain, you can do all that. But the more the excitement in that person knows very for sure, there's still a long way to go. So this is how you can see the dukkha. The dukkha, sankhara dukkha, and viparinama dukkha. I think we're already at 1 hour of our meeting. You can hit the bed and then I will get back to my lunch and then start my work.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
No worries. Hope it got your questions answered.
Yes, it was very useful. Thank you. Yes.
Okay, I will be uploading this video and you can have a look at it whenever you get doubts. These 3 dukkhas, and then whatever the pathavi, you have to take it for 3 months. Do it. You have to ultimately get to see that there's no person out there. So you should be sure for yourself there's no person. That's it. Okay, we'll meet again.
Thank you.
Thank you.